Hello and welcome to episode 24? 5?
20 something.
4?
You ain't got
24.
Are we?
I think it's 24. I'm your host, Scotty Mo, and with me today is Brett Hatfield
Finish him.
and Stevie Grant.
Sieg Heil! Being
Yeah.
a Nazi.
So sad Tom's not here to see that.
I'm
yeah.
I'm well again. I'm out of the hospital
We can see
finally.
that. We can see that. When are you going to wear that hat outside of right now?
I don't think I'm gonna wear it outside.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I'll show you listeners. I also brought. I think it's a stamp book today.
Gosh.
And
Listeners,
it
if you can't
belonged
see,
to.
Stevie is wearing a Nazi hat and some sort of German Nazi book thing he bought.
It's a Nazi trophy guide for PlayStation 3.
Emmen Bannenhemmen. She had like a stamp book. I think it's food stamps.
Nazi food stamps, ladies and gents. Welcome to
Getting
second.
ready.
I think we just... Everybody talks about Nazi gold, but the recession has hit everybody so hard that we're now talking
You're
about
learning a
Nazi
lot
food
here
stamps.
on this podcast. So just imagine a Nazi hat on the sound of my voice in this episode.
Oh my god.
Imagine a Nazi hat on Shadow the Hedgehog.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yes, do that. But I'm out of
Okay.
hospital, so hooray.
Hooray for that. We'll just go around the circle, the digital circle. Brett, what have you been playing?
I've actually played a lot this week, and for once, I'm not just saying that just to say that. I finished off Mitsurugi Kamui Hikai on Steam, which honestly I probably should have finished off in like an hour at best because it's a very short game. But
What
I
is
was
that?
just very late. It's a hack and slash game. It's a hack and slash game based off of an engine from a hentai game.
Okay, yeah,
But-
you mentioned that
Right,
before.
yeah.
But it's actually quite good. It's not
Okay.
on the level of like a Metal Gear Rising or anything.
Mhm.
It's not like a lewd game or anything. No worries about like anime boobies or anything. But it's actually pretty fun, if a bit repetitive.
Mhm.
It's very short, but I paid $2.50 for it during the Steam summer sale a couple months ago, and it was worth it. It's fun. It's a nice little time killer. I also bought Formula 1 2013 last week, and I have not played that much after I bought it because it's a pain in the ass.
Because it's a racing game on the PC.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
needlessly difficult.
Someone just got this.
If it makes you feel any better, I usually play as a German in that game, so...
Does that affect the racing style somehow?
Actually, it does. This is the problem.
Yeah, it
like,
makes it more prejudiced.
well, like, here's the thing. My problem is, like, one of my favorites is Jensen Button. And whenever you play as him, you start in, like, 10th place, and it is incredibly hard to catch or pass anybody in that game. But if you play as Sebastian Vettel, who, like I said, that's the German, you start on the pole every time.
What is the
and-
goal?
Like, top position. You start in first.
Okay.
And you can just blaze through everything, not have to worry about anybody challenging you. So the only
Blaze
way
the cat. True?
420 Blaze the Cat.
No, I was just
So-
going for a clean, safe Sonic reference, Brett.
Would you say that you burn the competition when you play as Brett?
I Blaze the Cat them. But, yeah, that's weird. That's another thing I don't like about it, is if you can't really win as your favorites, it's very unbalanced.
Hmm.
I guess kind of like how Formula 1 in real life really is, which I'll give them credit for the simulation there, but still, it would be nice to be able to play as whoever I want and actually have a chance to win instead of having to play as either Vettel or Lewis, and only have them as a chance to win. I've also been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat 9 this week. It's the most I've played it since I bought it, really. I don't know what brought this on, but I've been playing that a lot.
Who do you play as?
I play as Scarlet, Jade, and Rain.
Brett's got a thing for the ladies.
Mhm.
Hey, Rain's not a lady. He's just
Them
purple.
digital tits.
God. Well, NetherRealm doesn't really know how to render a lady, so.
It's more
But,
expensive, that's why.
yeah, of course. They have to learn from Ubisoft's sterling example. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. I've been going through Challenge Tower, doing some arcade stuff. My biggest issue with the game is there's not a lot of single player stuff, which always pisses me off because I don't like to play a lot of fighting games with random people online anyway. And even if I wanted to play online, they fucked up the netcode to where you can only play people in your region. Like, of course I got friends in Australia who have the game. I want to play them. I can't play them. It doesn't let you. It only lets you play people in North America if you have a North American disc, which is really fucking stupid. And I don't know if Injustice did the same thing, but I don't really want to try.
No clue.
That's one thing they really need to fix in MKX whenever it drops, is this whole region locking your netcode thing. Bullshit. That is complete and total bullshit.
See, these are things I've got no idea about because I don't know anything about fighting games.
Yeah.
It won't let you play online with me. It wouldn't let me play online with you if you had the game.
Oh, well, that would suck.
Yeah.
That's dumb. That's funny that you say you don't want to play with random people, because it's like that's what the arcade experience is now, quote unquote, is playing with anyone online, and that's what you would do if you just walk into an arcade. But it's funny that you specifically don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want that because they say it's like the arcade, but it's really not.
Yeah, but you could also
it doesn't have that same like friendly competitive vibe to it.
Go to an arcade with a friend as well, with the explicit purpose of going there with your friend.
Yeah, I would rather
It's
play.
not like it's always random 100% of the time.
Yeah, that's how I am. I want to play my friends. I want to play like Tom, except in anything except for Persona. I will never play him in Persona ever. So, but yeah, I want to play him at something, or I want to play you guys at something. I don't want to play some random 12-year-old who yells obscenities into his microphone. That motherfucker.
That's how you know he's a man.
A manny man. But yeah, and then I was playing a little bit of Street Fighter Alpha 2 before we started recording, so...
That is not what you were playing right before we started recording.
I was playing something else before I started recording too, and it ties into our discussion later.
Ooh,
So I'll just say it was Sonic the Fighters and leave it at that.
Just like Sega did.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do when it comes to that game. Just like, it's a thing that exists. It's a thing I played.
Yeah.
Let's not speak of it anymore.
That's about right. Stevie, have you been playing anything?
Well, as you may or may not know, I've been in and out of hospital a lot recently, so I haven't had a lot of time to play a lot of things, but I've acquired a lot of games, and one of them is very relevant to this podcast because it's a game I've been interested in a while, and it's been cheap for a while because it's quite an old game now. It's actually a game of last generation since we're in the new generation now.
Yeah.
But I'll stop being coy. It is Condemned.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice. You said you haven't played either of them, right?
I haven't, no. Have you
Okay.
played them, Scotty?
Yeah, I've played them both all the way through.
I've heard the first one's the scarier one.
It depends. I played the second one before the first one, but I like the second one enough to go back and play the first one.
I've heard that the second one has more supernatural elements than the first one's just sort of a straight up thriller that's set in the real world, kind of.
Yeah, I will say that the graphics are a bit dated since that game was a 360 launch title, but it's a detective type game. There's a lot more like investigative stuff in there than in the second one. The second one straight up it has some jump scares, but does definitely have more supernatural stuff. But the first one definitely has one of the scariest moments I've encountered in a game, and not like jump scare, but just super duper creepy. But I won't spoil it for you. So.
Weren't you talking about this on Twitter this past week?
Yeah, that was with Alex. That was a different thing, though.
Oh,
That was in relation to the PT demo, but that was that was in relation to jump scares, which Condemned has some of, but the first one, the first one's good because it's got a mystery
I've
to it
heard the
as you go.
first one has not so much. I've heard the first one's ahead of its time in that it's not an based horror game. It's straight up just trying to be a psychological drama almost. That
Yeah,
it's sort of just really gritty and used sort of in the muck amongst the homeless people, sort of almost. I've had it as brawler elements in it as well, kind of.
that's more the second one than the first one. The second one actually had multiplayer, which I think was literally called Fight Club. And
Okay,
you,
that's weird.
yeah, it wasn't. I think they just threw it on at the last second to say, hey, we've got multiplayer, But it was pretty lame. Like it was a first-person melee game. It kind of sucks. But yeah, the first one you deal with all kinds of different areas. There is once you get later on into it, there is a really cool part where you're just in a small house and you know it's a short level, but you don't really want to go anywhere because you just know that about something that could happen to you easily. I can't say anything without spoiling anything, but
Yeah.
um,
Well,
but
I'll
I
see
liked
if
it.
I can
I like
play
both of them.
next week because I'm definitely interested in it enough to want to give it a shot.
Yeah, one thing I don't know if this matters to you because I don't think you're much of an achievement hunter, really, are you, Stevie?
No, not really.
you
Okay.
don't go for them Chivos, bro?
No,
Chivos.
no,
Because
no,
the
bro,
first
no.
one, like I said, was a launch title, so it's one of the few games that doesn't have the even 1,000 gamer score that you can get. It's like 975 or something, but it's sort of broken. If you'll find these dead crows and plates throughout the levels, and it's an achievement to get all of them throughout the game. But and I found this out the hard way, like I found a couple here and there. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll try to restart and load up another level. No, you have to get them all from beginning to end in a playthrough to get the achievement because it's
Oh,
kind
okay.
of broken.
Do you have to get them to like get the good ending or something?
Not really. I think there's only one ending. But what is cool, it's cool, but it totally takes you out of the atmosphere of the game. Is you can find actual Xbox 360 systems just sitting in front of a TV.
Ah, that's a bit silly.
Yeah, it
Well,
doesn't.
Sega has a knack for throwing systems into their games. Like Sonic Unleashed had Dreamcasts everywhere.
Oh, I didn't even. Huh, I
Yeah,
didn't
like
notice.
Eggman's Egg Robo has a Dreamcast in it.
I thought it was like a Dreamcast shape, pretty much, or something. Or something was the shape of a controller in there. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a Dreamcast with a controller, and there's like a disc that says Eggman Adventure.
Uh, that's funny. But yeah, you have to look for them. I think the first one you'll probably accidentally find Stevie, but when I was finding those, I was like, this kind of takes me out of the whole uh what's it called?
Atmosphere.
Yeah, of the whole thing. So otherwise,
Yeah.
though, awesome. I really like the games. I'm not gonna hype them up too
Yeah.
much because again, that one's a little bit dated, but it does have some stuff ahead of its time still.
Well, I've heard it's scary, so I want to give it a try at least. Uh, but I've also I played a little bit of another game, another horror game, which is Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Wii,
Cool.
which I haven't played before. I'm playing it because Thomas, who isn't here today, Thomas Avantars, has not. He likes the game. He really liked it and recommended it to me, especially the Wii version because it has some extra elements that immerse you in it. Like one thing I always dig, I always think it's kind of neat is when they use the Wiimote as like a mobile phone, and a character will like call you on it, and you have to hold the Wiimote to your head.
Yeah.
They do that in No More Heroes, and they do that in this specifically. It's really cool, and they use it as part of the gameplay as well. The Wiimote will crackle up if a monster is nearby, or if there's a threat nearby,
I
and it's really
remember.
cool.
Yeah, I remember actually Josh saying that forever ago that was he really liked that version of it because of that. I think it was only on PS2, Wii, and PSP. I unfortunately
Yeah,
have only played the PSP version.
I've heard that's the worst version as well. So
Probably. It's meh. I wasn't that excited about it, but I did like how you can't really fight things though in it.
Yeah. The game discourages you from doing it. It says that you can only escape, which
Yeah.
I like. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I
Um,
like that.
the
It
escape
actually makes it
sequences are really
scary.
nice.
So, anything else?
Yes, I've also been playing Spec Ops: The Line,
Oh yeah, I
which
heard that has a really good story.
it's got a really good story, and it's um. I'll just say this: you guys haven't played it, have you?
No, not at all.
I thought about getting it when it came up on sale, but I passed.
Okay, I'll just say this: it's cheap now. It's short, and it reminds me a lot of Metal Gear Solid 2 in a lot of ways. I'll just say that.
Well, that's one way to sell me on it.
Yeah, I think you'll know in which ways I'm talking of, but it looks like a sort of generic Call of Duty shooter rip-off type thing, and that's completely what the advertising of the game is wanting you to think about it going in. But go in, play it. I would recommend playing it in mostly one go if you could, just because of the way that the game progresses. But it's definitely an experience. That game, it's good. It's good.
Is it pretty short if you can play it in one go?
It's pretty short. Yeah. I didn't manage to do it. It is quite hard.
Hmm.
To be fair. So it might take you a couple of tries, but it is pretty short. You could feasibly beat it in a day with a couple of breaks.
It
Yeah.
is. I'm checking on Steam right now. It's currently $5.99 on Steam, and
It's definitely worth that.
the offer ends in 16 hours 21 minutes. So
Well, it's definitely worth it, Brett. I'll just say that.
okay, I'll look into that then. There's a demo on it, so I'll try it out.
Well, the thing is, I don't think the demo would really capture what is good about the game. Is the only thing.
Hmm.
It's but it has been. I would just say that it has been compared a lot to games like Hotline Miami and Metal Gear Solid 2 and other
That's quite a toss-up for
postmodern.
Brett then, since he hates one and likes the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's like I'm either going to despise this or I'm going to love it forever.
But you know what the common thread between those is that you might find appealing,
Yeah.
which is I think you'll like it.
It's the thematic stuff that
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy. Because even though I didn't like playing Hotline Miami, I understood what was going for, and I really enjoyed that. So I can kind of see where you're going through in this. I might pick it up. What the hell?
Definitely pick it up. It's also got a real title once you realise what it's about. It's the line is referencing the crossing of the line into sort of unwithered territories
Like,
or
What
moral
I've been
grey.
what I've been reading on the Steam page reminds me, like it says like undoing unthinkable things. I'm like, it's already given me, like it's already bringing to mind like Raiden and his upbringing and everything as a child soldier and everything, and of course what
Yeah.
happens in Rising as well. So I can kind of see where you're coming from now, and I'm interested actually.
It's definitely get it. It's for $5, definitely. Like really worth it. I think
Awesome.
you'd dig it. And that's all other than Bioshock Infinite Episode 1 of Buried at Sea, which was really good. And I'll have to play the second episode to talk about it more.
I need to play that.
It's good. It's really fun. Although you only get 2 plasmids in it, it's kind of disappointing.
Oh, like new ones, or what do you mean?
No, it's just overall. You
From,
only get
like, they're plasmids, they're not salts.
Yeah. It's not. It's all the Bioshock stuff. The only thing
Gotcha.
that's not a Bioshock stuff is when you die, you get revived. You don't get the Vita chambers, but they work the same as the Vita chambers anyway. So it's kind of just like you're playing a normal Bioshock in
okay.
Rapture.
That's
It's
cool.
really good. That's fun. There's one detail I thought was really, really neat, which is you've played Bioshock Infinite, Scotty, right?
Yeah, all the way through. Yeah.
Yeah, at the very beginning of the game, so it's not a spoiler, but it's a clever detail. At the very beginning of the game, sort of Elizabeth comes in your office as like this femme fatale, like it's
Mhm.
kind of this whole 1940s detective deal in Rapture. Um, and she starts his journey with the lighting of a cigarette. She says, "Can I have a light?" And she
Mhm.
lights it. And so it's kind of a whole play on that everything starts with a lighter, like a lighthouse in at the end
Oh,
of Bioshock Infinite.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's just like small details like that, that Ken Levine puts in his games.
Yeah.
They're always really, really cool. Like, I really like that neat touch. Like, it wasn't too in your face. It was just sort of a small detail
It's like
that
a
still
small nod
fitted
to
the
people who
theme.
have played this, and it's like, hey, yeah, here's a little shout out to you.
Yeah, and it also ties into the theme with it's a lot more tied into Bioshock Infinite's main plot than it is its own piece of Bioshock-related media, Scotty.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is tied directly into the main fiction of Bioshock Infinite, so just be sort of prepared for that sort of thing, rather
That's
than
cool.
just its own thing in Rapture.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll get around to it because I've got a big list of things to get to, but and by
It's
that I mean
definitely worth it.
like the Mass Effect trilogy is on my list, so it's gonna be a little bit. But
Did you never played The Walking Dead either?
I still haven't finished that. I've started.
Oh
We'll get
god.
into what I've been doing, but
Finale of season 2 is out next week, Scotty. Come on.
I know I also have to watch all of season 4 before October.
You don't have to watch it, just play it. Playing it's the best option.
No, I mean the TV show. I have to get caught up with that too.
I
Uh,
know, no, skip the TV show, just play the game instead.
yeah, lots of people would tell me the same. That's why I stopped watching it because it got dull as hell. But yeah. So
That's what I've been playing,
okay, cool.
in and out of
I
hospital visits.
since you mentioned BioShock, I will say that I did start. You haven't been around for me to hear that I restarted playing the first BioShock.
No,
Because
I haven't.
yeah, I finished a book that's a prequel to it. It's just called Rapture, and the book, like I didn't even finish the first BioShock. I got to the "Would you kindly" part. I killed Andrew Ryan, and then I found out what was really going on. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
That could have
that's
been
when
the end of the game. Like I'm
the
fine with
game
that,
gets really bad. Then the ending of the game and the final boss is just embarrassing, and
Yeah, like
the ending is really bad. The ending, as soon as after Would You Kindly, the game goes straight downhill almost
yeah, like
immediately.
people were telling me there's like 2, maybe 3 hours left. I'm like, you serious? I've done so much already. I don't want to play this anymore. I felt like that was the peak. But after reading
Yeah,
this
killing
book,
Andrew Ryan is the big accomplishment of the game.
yeah, at least it should be. But then they kind of tell you, nope, you don't need to worry about that. But so the book though tells about Fontaine before he uh it tells about everybody before they got to Rapture, like Andrew Ryan and Bill McDonough and stuff, and you actually learn about these people's backgrounds before they join this society and stuff. So it's pretty cool, and like I actually want to get to the end too, because I'm talking to Atlas now, but I know it's Fontaine the whole time. So it's really cool that I have his actual background story that's not even really told in the game, and the I was telling the guys before that the first boss, which is the plastic surgeon, like you learn really how fucked up he really is in the book. So I made an effort to kill him only using the wrench in the game because I was like, you piece of crap. But and what was it? Oh, well, what was really cool was
Makes you a psychopath, Jesus.
what?
You're a psychopath, Scotty.
Maybe a little bit, but what was really cool was the very first audio log you get is when I think her name's Diana, whoever Andrew Ryan's like girlfriend is or whatever. She's talking about the New Year's Eve party, and in the book, that's a whole chapter of like just that whole insanity going on. So it's like, oh, I only got like 20 seconds of an audio log, but I can picture this entire event in my head because I read about it. So it's I have like a whole new appreciation for the game. So that's when I want to go through it and actually finish it this time. So, but what's that?
I said, oh no, that's cool. I wonder if they would do one for Bioshock Infinite, a novel for that, or...
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, or did.
The thing with Infinite, there are so many jumping off points.
Yeah, they definitely, they could pick any character, like, outside of Booker DeWitt.
Possibilities at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Play that game.
Besides those, I did, like I was telling Brett and Tom last week, I did make my roommates and my one buddy that was over play the Silent Hills PT, the playable teaser that's on PS4. Did you hear about all that stuff, Stevie?
Oh no, I heard of that. I really like the title of that game as well, Silent Hills. It reminds me of Aliens.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
That's the first thing I wanted to say. Second of all, what is the demo? I know it exists. I don't know what the gameplay is like.
It's a shame it's only on a PS4, but it's basically, I don't know. Do you care if I spoil anything?
I'm not gonna play the demo anytime soon.
You start out and you're in a room that looks kind of like just a dingy basement, and you just see a cockroach crawl across the floor, and then you get up off the floor, and there's just a door in front of you and you just walk through it, and you're in this hallway of this house that eventually comes to a corner. Before that corner, though,
wait, sorry, spoilers to listeners. Okay,
yeah, I mean, spoilers to listeners. It's kind of hard to even look it up on the internet without basically hearing all about it at this point. But the hallway just has a clock that says 23:59, and there's some pictures on the wall and stuff. One of the pictures is like missing pieces. The only thing you see on the floor, a frame that has it says R3 in it, and that's kind of how you learn that the only button you have is you tap the right stick, R3, to zoom in on stuff, and you can zoom in on pieces of the wall and things like that, and a code comes up, and then part of this picture gets put together, and there's 6 different pictures, or 6 different pieces of the picture, and but you walk down this hallway, and there's like drugs and candy, actual candy and chocolate and stuff on this one mantelpiece, and some other pictures and a telephone that's off the hook. And then you make the right turn down the hallway. You can see a foyer in the distance. There's a door that's closed, and then in the foyer, there's a radio with some pictures of a couple and stuff. And
the radio is talking about like a murder where a guy killed his family and killed himself.
Yeah. A guy killed his family and his pregnant wife and their daughter, and you walk into the foyer, okay, whatever, and then you walk down the through this doorway, down these stairs, into another door, and you're in the same hallway again. So that's the entire layout of the game, and they don't tell you anything at all, like what to do, where to go, or anything. And eventually, if you keep just walking down the foyer, or walking down the hallway, a door opens up behind you, and you realize it's a bathroom, and you can hear a baby crying in there, and it's just creaked open a little bit, and you can't go in there, but you zoom in, and eventually there's like this ghost that just like creeps you out, pulls the door closed, and then you have to keep walking, go through the loop door, and you're in the hallway again. But it keeps going like this, and it doesn't tell you anything what to do.
Like nobody knew how to consistently solve the final puzzle.
Yeah,
until
like what
this
happens
week.
Is there's a bunch of different. Ooh, your picture froze on my end, Brett. I don't know if that's just my connection, but you so you eventually learn that this ghost that you see is your wife, and her name is Lisa, and when you go into the bathroom, eventually there's like this fetus in the sink that's crying, and when you finally look at it, it stops, and then I'm trying to think what else happens. Some of it's randomized, but some of it there is a order to it. There was one time when I turned the corner. Well, first, what happens if you find all the 6 pieces of the picture? Supposedly, Lisa will not attack you. I did not, and when I was playing it, I was at my girlfriend's house. She has a PS4. She had already played it, and she's like, "Okay, I'll." I was like, I don't want you to tell me anything. I just want to go into this." And she's like, "All right, well, I will tell you at least about the 6 pictures, whatever." And I couldn't find one of them, and she wouldn't tell me where the other one was, which was fine. So since I didn't find all of them, there was one time when I turned the corner and Lisa is just standing in the foyer, just looking at the ground. You can't see her face, just her black hair over her and just her like nightgown or whatever, just standing there. I'm like, "I'm not going that way. I'm not going that way." She's like, "You have to. You can't go anywhere else." I'm like, "Nope, nope, big old ball of nope, not going that way." And she's like, "You have to." I'm like, "Fine. What if I just go into the bathroom and stare in the mirror?" She's like, "Okay, you could do that too." And I did, and I was just looking there for a while, and you gradually hear this like static, which people on the internet were calling the haunting. It's just a bunch of noises and things like that, and like dissonant sounds. And then eventually I turn to walk out of the bathroom, and Lisa zips around the corner and fucking attacks me and kills me. My girlfriend screamed, and I'm like, "I'm buying this game. I'm buying this game." Because she was like, "Oh my gosh, that did not happen ever when I played this," and I played it for like an hour straight. I'm like, "This is awesome. This is great." And so you keep going through these parts. It's literally just this hallway, and there's things you can queue, and eventually, like, the light that's in the foyer gets replaced with the fridge that's tied up, and there's just blood dripping out of it, and you hear a baby crying. And at one point, like, the fetus in the sink talks to you like a grown man about your wife maybe cheating on you and whatever else. And then what was really cool is how you find the different pieces of the picture. You hit R3 to zoom in on stuff, and you have to hold it for a second. One of the things was in the pause menu. You have to pause it, hold down R3, and zoom in on like the options, and it blinks, and you find one of the pictures. Like, who would try that? Who would think to try that?
Kojima was like God.
Yeah, it's made by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. I'm saying that totally wrong. Who did like
Guillermo del Toro?
Del Toro.
He did
Del
Pacific
Toro.
Rim,
The
Pan's
one
Labyrinth, Hell's Boy, and Mama. They're working together on it.
It sounds like it could be a masterpiece and amazing, but the only problem I can see with it, which was someone brung it up, and didn't think of it until they brought it up, which was that Silent Hill has got to be one of the only franchises to handle sexual themes maturely.
Mm-hmm.
And Hideo Kojima, he does do a lot of things maturely, but sexual themes not so much.
I
don't know.
I have a feeling he may screw that up with Silent Hill.
There really wasn't any sexual themes to it at all, obviously, but it was very creepy. The only thing that made it feel like Silent Hill was the radio that was staticky at points, which was the haunting. Otherwise, it really didn't even feel like a Silent Hill game. It's first-person view, first of all, and there are parts where the way that the ending of the game is when the phone rings and you answer it, and then you get rewarded with the trailer for the new game. But triggering the events, you had to do everything from like walk 10 steps after a certain sound. If you heard like a baby crying, you go to the bathroom. Or no, I'm sorry. If you heard a baby crying, you go to the telephone. If you heard a woman laughing, you go to a certain spot. If you hear a woman saying something else, you like to have to stare in the mirror, and then you see Lisa behind you. It's just crazy stuff. But one way you could trigger stuff is if you had the microphone plugged in, you actually talk to her kindly, or you scream insanely, or you try to like calm the baby down. It's really interesting how they incorporated stuff, and the whole point of it, with not telling you how to do anything, is Kojima wanted people to like take a week to figure this out
and like kind of collaborate and all that.
Yeah, there's even rumors that if you play it, you know how the PS4 can stream your gameplay just directly from itself.
Yeah.
There was some people are saying, and I haven't checked the internet in a couple days for it, but some people were saying that you might unlock something else if you just stream the game and play with someone else, or stream it specifically over Twitch, like crazy stuff. But he was hoping it would get a lot of people to like work together and everything, and maybe take some time to figure it out.
In like a day.
Yeah, somebody got it done in like a day or so.
But they didn't know exactly what they did. That was the thing.
Yeah, there's still no definite way to get the third or the second of the three laughs before the phone rings. And Tom was saying he watched like a 3-hour play of it, and they eventually got it. And like I was saying, I played it for an hour and never got it. I played it actually with my roommates, and we got to the second laugh, and I'm still not even sure how. So it's really cool. Like, I don't know how you could make a whole game out of that. If they can, awesome. But and
If
also.
it,
Norman
if,
Reedus from The Walking Dead and Boondock Saints is apparently the main character, so that's why there's like it's up in the air whether or not it'll be third person or first person view. I don't really care at this point as long as they can make it that creepy because it was amazingly, awesomely scary.
if anybody can pull this off, it's Hideo Kojima. I know, like Stevie said, there's some concern about how they'll handle like sexual themes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about this is I think Kojima does what he does with Metal Gear just because he wants it to seem very out there at times. I don't think he'll pull the same stunt here. I think he'll handle it as it should be handled. If I'm wrong, I'll be very disappointed. But yeah, I don't think he'll pull the same like, oh, you'll find a locker with a bikini girl thing, or this guy's gonna piss his pants, this girl's gonna piss his pants, they're gonna wear skin-tight clothing and dance to J-pop. I don't think they're gonna pull that kind of thing here. I think he really wants this to be a horror masterpiece, and he wants to take it very seriously. So, and he's been saying in interviews and everything, he realizes there's like a limit to how scary a game can be, and he doesn't care. He's like, he wants this game to make you shit your pants. Like a direct quote right there. He wants this to be horrifying beyond anything that's ever been put on a system before. So that's another reason I think he's really going to take this one seriously.
I definitely felt more immersed in it than I did any David Cage game. So there's something for him. Yeah.
Do you know what? I just hope it's not exclusive. I just don't want it to be exclusive. Because I want to play.
Yeah, I don't know. There's really no confirmation or anything about what system it's going to be on. Just because the demo was only on PS4 doesn't mean it'll only be on PS4.
But they can't like say on PS4, be like, oh, this is also coming to Xbox One. They can't do that.
And one last thing I'll say about it, the fact that it's called Silent Hills, there's rumors that it's going to have like parallel dimensions and stuff or something, like different crap going on, and that's why it's plural.
There's also rumors that the character you play as in PT is the murderer himself, that you're playing as a dead person, and that you're playing as a ghost, and you're the murderer that the radio keeps talking about.
Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely what happens in it.
Oh, that's not a rumor?
I mean, it's pretty clear that you are playing as the guy that killed his wife and his child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just completely lost it, though.
Oh, they killed themselves.
Huh?
Oh, I thought it was like a suicide thing after that.
I don't know.
I thought you were playing as, like, the ghost, because I thought it was like a double murder suicide thing. It's been a little bit.
There's a lot of unclear stuff about it, and that's why it's cool, because it actually leaves it up to the imagination of the audience.
Yeah, and it's only a teaser, so...
I'll say this, the only thing that this game really needs to be perfect, as far as the Silent Hill thing goes, is Akira Yamaoka. That's the guy who composed the soundtracks for like the first 4 Silent Hill games. And he is a master at...
I'm sure he'll be
he didn't do like Shattered Memories or any of that stuff. He's been away from the series for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
those were the Western titles. These are this going back to Japan, so maybe.
That's true. If anything's going to get him back in the series, it's them taking it this seriously, throwing in heavy hitters like Kojima and Del Toro, and just making it into what it can and should be.
And I actually think if it's about alternate dimensions, that name is really clever, and I like that name even more. I think it's a good name.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh man, are they trying to go for like a revamp or something stupid? But then when somebody was saying that, I'm like, I could see that working, and I could see you going insane trying to figure that out, you know?
And there's another thing is they're also saying like the S in Silent Hills is like in the place of a 5. So there you go.
Leet speak.
Oh,
Reverse leet speak.
Yeah.
no, you just need a
Uh,
420 on the end of it, yo.
69.
Silent
Yeah,
Hill
little
42069.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the room 69. um, and otherwise, I've been playing some Dreamcast games here and there. Played a decent amount of Revolt, just trying to get things ready for the marathon. But that's really been it.
Revolt's
Yeah.
a shit.
That's about all I've been playing. So we'll go into a little bit of news that's going on, and let's unless anybody remembered anything else they're playing.
I will say this: I probably won't play Silent Hills just because of how terrifying it is. Because
You're a baby.
yeah, well, even like I mentioned playing Mortal Kombat earlier, in the crypt where you unlock like artwork and music and all that, there's
I don't
a
know.
screamer in it, and
Okay.
even that freaked me the fuck out. So I don't think I don't think my heart could take Silent Hills, but I am interested in seeing how well it does, and I hope it keeps what PT established.
Okay.
Well, I
Sounds
hope
good.
it gives you PTSD.
Mm.
But will that make me turn into
that
like
even
some
work?
sort of? Yeah, it did. Will that make me turn into like some sort of like skin tight suit wearing person who controls
Yes.
an animal robot?
Yes.
Awesome. I
the-
want this.
The jury's still out.
I don't think you played Metal Gear Solid 4.
Nope, sure didn't. First up in the news, it's not a big thing, but Sega announced that Alien Isolation will have a digital comic written by Dark Horse Comics, so it's an actual legit comic, which is kind of cool. I believe it's only available on Amazon right now if you pre-order it, so that's kind of neat. I kind of want a physical comic. I'm confident they'll do a physical one. They had a physical comic with Alien versus Predator, so I don't know. Who knows? And that's neat. I think I'm the only one that
I
cares
read
about
the
that.
old I read the old Aliens comics, the old
Mhm.
color ones and the old black and white ones. Those are actually quite good. So this could probably be quite good as well.
Could be.
I don't
Yeah.
think they should put more faith into it, honestly.
Yeah. It might be a missed opportunity if they don't try to do like even just a mini series or something. Be cool. Because there's so many comics and books around that universe too.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
crazy.
And also Puyo Puyo Tetris, the Sega game that combines the puzzle games Tetris and Puyo Puyo, is getting released physically in Japan for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It would be cool if they did that over here, even a digital version. I feel like, because I like both of those series on their own.
That is
For
like a
those that
dream
don't know,
crossover.
what?
That is like a dream crossover right there.
It's pretty brave. I don't know. It's not exactly some. I'm sure some have said it's like, oh, Nintendo and Sega. It's like Tetris is not Nintendo's game, but sure. But for those that don't know, Puyo Puyo is pretty much Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, or Mean Bean Machine is that game. That's just what America and other places besides Japan got. So it's the little blobs and the little blocks. I've never played it.
It's mean
You can,
beans
yeah, the beans.
machine.
So you can, if you make a Japanese account for your PSN, you can probably get it. Excuse me, from what I understand. Maybe even the same thing for 3DS? I don't know if you can do that on the eShop.
No, you can't. You can't.
Never mind then. Import everything. Fucking hell. And Brett, you said you wanted to bring up some news that just recently emerged involving Yakuza.
Yes, this just came out a couple hours ago, actually. The next Yakuza game has been revealed. It is Yakuza 0. We have no screenshots, no story, no anything like
All
that
of the
yet.
taste and none of the calories.
It's a lot. It's better for you, isn't
All
there?
of- all
The
of the taste and none
logo.
of the American release.
I think they've got the logo up though, right?
Yeah, they do have the logo. That's about all they gave us. But
Yakuza, Yakuza 0.
Yeah, it's I'm trying not to get very excited about this because I know it's not coming here.
Yeah,
But
don't bother getting excited
yeah, here's something we can get excited about.
unless you're going to import it.
There is something we can get very excited about, though.
Is that my cue, or were you going to say it?
I can say it if you want me to.
Oh, Brett, you set yourself up.
Way to go!
I did set myself up. Yeah, a couple
way
weeks
to
ago,
go.
we had our buddies from the Elysian Shadows team on the podcast talking about the game, talking about their ambitions with it. Pretty cool little interview me and Tom did, if you want to check it out on our YouTube. And we got good
It
news.
was a pretty cool interview, yeah.
We tried to get you, man.
Oh boy, check it out.
Check it out.
Funded.
It's happening.
Funded. $159. Their goal was 150,000.
And they've got 6 days to go, so they could hit the New Game Plus stretch goal. I hope that happens at least.
That'd be cool. Something tells me they're going to do some of their extra stuff regardless, because they seem pretty committed to it overall anyway.
Really
and they still, I'm not 100% if it got greenlit on Steam or not. Do we know that?
Let me go check. I think they're still trying to work that out.
It should probably get greenlit on Steam.
Yeah, do that. Everybody go vote for it. All
I can't think of any reason it wouldn't be.
I don't know. I don't know how that works exactly besides voting and
The
commenting.
shit that gets released on Steam, there's no way it's not getting on there.
If Depression Quest can get there.
Yeah, and Soda Drinker Pro and bullshit like that. And fucking get Elysian Shadows on there so we have another real game to play.
It's still in Greenlight, so go in and
go vote.
let me pause us. Yeah, let me get everybody go in and vote for that to get on Steam Greenlight.
Yeah, so they did a little YouTube chat to celebrate it, and it was pretty cool. I jumped in but couldn't stay too long, but they were getting drunk and answering questions somehow, so it was a good little celebration thing. So maybe they'll be able to get a little bit of sleep. And
for once,
yeah.
they hadn't slept in 2 days before they did the interview with us. So it's fucking crazy what they've gone through.
They were so nervous.
But yeah, so that's cool. That's really awesome news. Do you guys have any other things to mention in the news? I mean, otherwise there was like some pre-order releases announced for Hatsune Miku, some different characters and costumes and stuff, which is cool.
Different modules and stuff. I think it's like a Amazon exclusive, which that means they'll be on PSN by itself in 90 days after release, so nothing to really worry about there.
Yeah, they said they'll actually be available after the pre-release, and you get poop. I can't remember. There's one pre-order you get if you own the first game. Yeah,
like it automatically unlocks other modules that you got as DLC in the first game if you own the first game. Okay. So that's pretty cool. But I know there was a couple Persona Arena trailers, nothing that we haven't seen before, just English dub stuff, which I will say Adachi sounds fantastic this time around. I absolutely love how JYB did his delivery in this one. So
he was a nervous cop, right?
He was the nervous cop, yes.
Okay. Hey Stevie, by the way, I've started playing that game, and I'm like, I just got. I was playing it when I was on the road and stuff, so I kind of stopped because I'm not on the road right now. But I just got Chie's Persona, so.
Yay! So you've just got into the game.
Second best girl.
According to Brett, yeah. I'm like 5 hours in, and Brett's like, "Oh, you're still really early in." I'm like, I'm probably gonna be really early in until I beat it.
Yeah, it's like Chie, then Yukiko, and then.
Yeah, you're just sort of starting the game, really.
Yeah.
Once you get Naoto is when everything starts to hit the end game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not. I hope that's not too much of a spoiler. But
no, Naoto's about halfway through the game, I'd say.
Now, Naoto is your last party member.
Yeah. Once you've got your last last party member, then you're about. I guess if you're going for the true ending, then you're halfway through, or maybe just a little bit under halfway through.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing the game. Like I'm not in any, and it's probably what's that?
Are you enjoying it? What do you think of the story?
Yeah, it's cool. Honestly, the only character that's annoying is the bear, is Teddy.
Kuma
But,
or Teddy.
Oh, Teddy, you go warm to Teddy.
I feel like I'll probably warm up to him, but
He does take a little bit of time, but he ends up being a.
You better, because it's an 80-hour game.
yeah, I'm sure it is.
If you don't warm up to Teddy, you could always pre-order Ultimax and get the Teddy bot bag that comes with, and just beat the crap out of that.
No thanks.
Don't you want to play me and not play Tom?
Actually, I'd say maybe it's close to like 50 hours or something like that.
I'm sure it's up there.
It's long. It is long.
Yeah. I know I like it. The first boss really handed my ass to me because I remember right before I got to it, I found another persona that is basically just the healer. And if I didn't have that, I probably would have not even beaten the boss because I just kept healing, defense, healing. Okay, I can finally attack now. And yeah.
Was that Yosuke's persona or?
Yosuke was getting targeted by the damn boss. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was Chie's persona that I was fighting.
Oh okay. Yeah. Dominatrix
like the
and in the
first-
head.
I know the other ones were kind of boss battles, but I consider that the first like actual boss because you have a party sort of then.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, Yosuke's shadow isn't very hard, I don't believe.
No, I got through that one okay. Yeah.
No, I think Chie's is the first like real boss.
That's the wake-up call.
I considered it to be.
I don't know, Chie's isn't that bad compared to Yukiko's. Yukiko's is the real wake-up call.
Mm-hmm.
So, get good. Get grinding.
Well, actually, I would say you don't need to grind. What you need to do is, once you beat a dungeon and you unlock the next dungeon, before going into that next dungeon,
go back to the original. Go back to the
original one and rework your way up there, because the dungeon becomes rebalanced, and if you work your way to the end, you get a boss, and if you defeat that boss, you get a special piece of rare equipment for repeating that dungeon.
Like usually,
and you also, because you've done it, you will be leveled up to the point where you will be able to beat the next dungeon.
Yeah, usually it's like a weapon for the character whose dungeon that was. So that's pretty cool. Okay. I cannot wait to see how you react to Kanji or Rise.
Yeah, Kanji is.
Those are so sure.
Their characters. Rise is a good one.
Rise's good. Kanji's awesome.
Yeah.
No, Kanji's a language, or I mean a writing style.
Well, you'll find out. But we're glad. How are you playing on PS2 or? Oh no, you said
the Vita. Yeah.
Oh okay, right, cool.
So
I'll just say this: if you're starting to like hang out with people in the game, right?
Yeah.
Make sure if you want the true ending that you hang out with Marie, one of the Velvet Room attendees, the one that was added just for the Vita version. Marie. If you get all
she's the one in the cute hat.
When you're in the limo, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If you fill up your like friendship meter with her, then you get something special at the end of the game.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. I don't really. Yeah, I haven't gotten to a point where she's anywhere besides in that room. So.
I think you get the opportunity to hang out with her soon. She hangs around at her save point, I think, sometimes.
Oh, okay. I'm at the point where it just brought open one of those doors or whatever you call them, where you can go in there to talk to them if you want to. But I tried to immediately, but it said like you don't need to do this right now or something like that.
Yeah, I think you come back and then you can talk to them through that.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of.
That's where you like fuse your personas and all that.
Fuse them. Oh, okay.
and
Interesting.
like create new, more powerful ones. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I have a ways to go before anything super duper exciting or different happens. I feel like the more I play, like even though you make decisions, I felt like I was still being pushed to make a decision the game wanted me to. I don't know. Does it really even have varying paths? Because it didn't feel like it did.
It doesn't really have varying paths, but the decisions you make can affect your social links and some stat boosts you can get.
Yeah, it's really
So it's
just
nothing really story driven.
Um,
kind of the story links. The social links are the story a lot of the time. So
and like there's some of them, like if you don't have like a certain courage level or persuasion level or something like that, you can't continue people's social links. I know Nanako is a social link that is really bad about doing that. I did not get to finish hers actually in my current playthrough.
Didn't get to finish her social link. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
sure all this.
well,
will make
I've been
sense the further
focusing
I
on
get.
like Naoto and Yukiko and all of them, and then I just didn't have enough expression to continue hers.
yeah.
Sounds really weird. Didn't have
New
enough
Game
expression.
Plus.
Sure.
Well, maybe not New Game Plus. It is like an 80-hour game.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'll get through it eventually. Somehow.
It is well
But
worth.
like I said, I've got other stuff on my plate. Like I do want to finish BioShock. I have Mass Effect that I'm borrowing from someone, and
It does. It's not like the 80 hours isn't all like grinding or anything. The game does just sort of like take story breaks
yeah.
and has sort of just like a lot of
And like
cutscene
test breaks
heavy.
and stuff.
Yeah, and like bits where you form a band and stuff like that, and that's not a joke.
No, it really isn't. There's like the school festival stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think they mentioned that. I don't even remember.
Swimsuit contests.
it's kind
Didn't
of
know
fun.
about that.
I won't spoil it for you. It's actually pretty hilarious.
Should have seen that coming though. It is anime.
It's not what, well, there's one that's what you think, and then there's one that's definitely not what you think. And they're
Okay.
both hilarious.
All right. Well, yeah, and
Stevie knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's fun. The game goes on diversions that are pretty much just there to be fun or to have some light relief, and they are good. They're genuinely funny. So.
And they make you get more attached to the characters than you normally would be in like a Final Fantasy game or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's one thing Type Zero does is it kind of works socially.
Type Zero. Now you're
I
speaking.
won't talk
Yeah,
too much about it.
exactly.
You piece of
but
shit.
it does
I
kinda-
can't relate to that at all.
But one thing it does that I really like is it kind of works in its own sort of social link system, which I don't remember being in a Final Fantasy game before. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's you get really attached to the characters thanks to the little diversions they give you, and I really appreciate that they've done that.
Cool. Maybe. Okay. The only thing I have to relate this game to is Catherine, because it's the only other Atlas game I've played at like great extent at all. So.
Well, no, Catherine's set in the same universe as Persona anyway.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like I think I think it might be Golden, but doesn't Persona 4 have like Catherine references?
I think it's the other way.
Well.
Oh no! Oh, Catherine has Persona 4 references.
Probably.
Yeah,
It's got
I
the
think
golden
someone.
hitter.
I think there's someone in Catherine from Persona 4 the Golden who talks about Persona or something like that.
I started playing Catherine again. I doubt I completely forgot I started playing that again until you guys just started talking about it. But maybe I'll play that some more. I don't know. Maybe if I just quit all of my jobs in my band, I could play all these games. But
I'm watching my mail with bated breath for my copy of Catherine.
oh yeah, Tom's sending you that game, and he's sending you
Hero.
the collector's edition. They should
The Love
send
is
me because I've
Over
already
edition.
played the game. Whatever. I'm getting an import. This cool kid right here. Import. Straight out of Japan.
Cool kids. Oh, put on his sunglasses.
Straight out of Osaka. Crazy motherfucking name, Scotty Mo.
Yeah.
Oh, beef jerky. Okay.
Don't call it a comeback.
Nope.
We've been here for years.
Yeah. You guys ready to go into the main topic?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Ew.
Let's let's do that.
Oh God! It's Rockman Charcoal.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our favorite games and if we threw them into different genres. So, for example, if you took Sega actually kind of already did this a little bit. They took House of the Dead for Zombie Revenge and threw it into a brawler style game because there is a whole level that is the Korean Mansion from House of the Dead 2, or 1 and 2. So, does anyone want to go first? And we could have a couple. We don't have to have just one. Brett, you seemed. Oh wait. Oh. Stevie has his hand up,
Stevie's
or he
got
just
his
doesn't
hand
want
up.
us to see him.
That's
I can't tell if he's volunteering or if he's doing a
on
Nazi.
Sega console.
What's that? You kind of broke up for a second.
It was on a Sega console. Can I have that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
The game Res, but as a first-person shooter that you can fully control.
What would you do in that? Where would you be?
In a computer-based system, mainly just because I like the visual flair of Res and I would like to explore it within sort of a first-person view. I know you do that in Child of Eden, but I mean in an environment that you can fully control, like that you can fully walk around in and interact with, and something that might have more of a physical story but in an abstract way. I think that would be really cool.
I think Child of Eden's still kind of an on-rails game more than, I don't know. I know what you mean, though.
Like free roaming, basically, in the Res universe and the Res.
Or like putting a horror twist on Res, like kind of like the movie Enter the Void. It's like a intense horror movie, but really bizarre sort of neon visuals, like Res almost.
Okay. Enter the Void. I feel like I know that somehow.
We should look up the opening title sequence of Enter the Void. It's pretty out there.
Okay. Cool. Brett, do you have any that you thought of?
I do. This one isn't too much of a stretch. It would actually make more sense than what the series actually did as far as a genre switch a couple years ago. But I would give anything to see a proper Yakuza fighting game. Maybe running on the Virtual Fighter engine or something like that. I think as stylish and as crazy as the actual fighting in the games gets, you could make a really fun one-on-one fighter out of that. And plus it'd give us another excuse to maybe get Majima as a playable character, and holy shit, that would be awesome.
What would you like, an arena fighter or a 2D fighter or what?
Like an arena fighter. I feel like a Tekken or a Virtua Fighter style fighter would make more sense in context given how the game actually plays. I think that would be really fun. It'll never happen, and even if it does, it'll never come here. But I would give anything to make that happen, because the series has a lot of interesting characters, a lot of characters who have a lot of really fun fighting styles that you like. A lot of the ones you don't even get to play as, like Majima. The only time you've ever been able to play as him is in Yakuza Dead Souls. It would be an excuse to let people play as him, because he is one of the top 3 most popular characters. You got Daigo, he's one of the most popular characters. You never get a chance to play as him. Let's make that happen. Put him in a fighter. And you've got everybody that's been introduced in 4 and 5 that probably won't come back for another game. You'll probably never play as Tanamura again. Probably never play as the baseball player guy from 5 again. Give people a chance to play as them in a proper fighter. I think that would be an incredibly fun game. Sega is really good at 3D fighters. We know Virtua Fighter 5 is a great game. So I feel like if...
And that's it.
Well, I mean, that's...
Well, they had Fighting Vipers and...
Fighting Vipers was...
They have another fighting game on the Saturn, or am I thinking of Last
Fighters
Bronze?
Mechanics.
Well, I don't count that as a
Sonic the Fight.
Ah, yes! Sonic the Fighters! It would That would erase the ghost of Sonic the Fighters if they did a Yakuza fighting game.
The Ghost?
Well, yeah, it's like
Does
a
that game
evil.
haunt you?
Yes, it does. It's an evil, malevolent spirit. Spirit? Fuck me.
Brenton.
Spirit. But yeah, Yakuza fighting game. Make it happen. I would buy several copies even if I had to import it and sell my soul to make it happen.
Ah, okay. Stevie, what are you doing?
Nazi things.
Oh, sorry, Nazi things, right.
Nazi things, yes. Sorry, moving the window.
Okay, I thought you... Sometimes we have visual cues. I thought you were like...
By moving the window, we mean
Sorry.
he's turning on the gas chamber.
I thought he...
I'm
Yeah,
turning on.
because he's that tired of listening to you, Brett. Womp womp.
Oh god, he's turning on the gas chamber in my horrible alleyway. Like this is gonna pour from my little Sonic car here. There's gonna be gas that pours through it from it, and I will die.
God.
What have we
Okay.
done?
Yeah.
What
Exactly.
do you mean we? We've done nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Go, come on,
look, he
Scotty.
did a
Scotty,
thing.
what's yours? What's yours? You go
I
ahead.
kept, one that I thought of, and I'm probably in the minority for this, but you guys have both played Sonic Adventure like all the way through, right? Or most of it anyway.
Yeah, I played it.
I tried
Um,
to repress those memories.
You know the parts where you get to the ancient Echidna civilization, like in the temple area and stuff.
Yeah, it's like on
I
fire.
feel like it could be cool if we had like a Tikal or some sort of RPG based around that, because I actually liked the open world parts of Sonic Adventure, like the actual adventuring part where you're running around trying to get from level to level, action stage to action stage or whatever. I forget how they separated it, because they had like adventure stage and action stage or something.
Adventure fields and action.
That was it, Adventure Field. But I think it
You
would.
know what that kind of reminds me of?
What's
It
that?
reminds me of Super Monkey Ball Adventure, if you remember that game.
Is that what was that on?
It was on PS2.
Oh, okay. I didn't play that one.
GameCube.
I
That
never
might be
even
the
knew
only
that
one I don't
existed.
have,
It's
actually.
it's an adventure game starring the Super Monkey Ball characters. It's like a game that would take place in this conversation.
Super Monkey
Super Monkey Ball
Ball
Adventure.
I might look into that. That's interesting. I didn't know that existed. But yeah, I feel like that whole. I guess part of me wants to see that happen because that's what when the Archie Sonic comics did the Knuckles series, it didn't get that far. But I think because it was way more story based than the Sonic series and not enough action was going on. But there was a lot of stuff going on with the his ancient race and stuff, and the whole just Echidna story with the floating island and everything. But I think that would be cool, and that could definitely be, and they could get away with it not being speedy, fast-paced action Sonic game. They could take their time with it and make it maybe progress a little bit slower with that whole idea.
The
I
only
think
thing,
it could be kind of cool.
the only thing I worry about with the Sonic RPG is it brings to mind horrible flashbacks of Sonic Chronicles on DS.
Yeah, well, they kind of fucked that up by making it just isometric at the beginning, because you think of an isometric, or you hear isometric Sonic game, you think either Sonic Labyrinth or Sonic 3D Blast.
Yeah.
So
There's like too many gimmicks in the battle as well.
yeah, there was way too much. It was like you had a fucking, like you're at a bar and you have one of those touchscreen
Yeah.
casino bullshit going on. That's what the battles felt like in that game.
It felt like it was trying to shoehorn Elite Beat Agents into an RPG.
Oh
and
yeah, definitely.
I love Elite Beat Agents, but I don't want that as part of my RPG battles.
Yeah, I don't know if that would work.
No, that was also a time when no one was really sure how they wanted to use the DS touchscreen, though.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the excuse I like to use. But my other idea, have you guys played much of ToeJam Earl 2, Panic on Funkatron?
No.
Damn it! Neither of you will have any idea what I'm talking about then. Well, in it, you know how it's a side-scroller instead of like the Rogue game, like
Yeah.
the first one? In it, a
I
lot of
played it.
times... Huh?
I played bits of it.
Okay, but a lot of the game you have to talk to the residents of Funkatron, the Funkatronians, and if you want to find like all the collectibles in it and certain secret power-ups and things like that, you have to have these long nonsensical conversations with them. But I think it would be really cool if there was a whole text-based RPG with the Funkatronians on ToeJam and Earl's world.
Just like exploring things, don't you, and talking
guess
to
so.
characters.
Yep, I explore every damn nook and cranny. But some of the things in that game were like the jokes were so stupid that they were funny, and it just had that kind of Saturday morning cartoon charm to it that I think they could totally do. Well, and I mean the creator went on to do Doki Doki Universe, which was sort of like that, but made even less sense. So I feel like the charm of ToeJam and Earl would be a little more entertaining than what I played of Doki Doki. But I think that would be fun. And that could be me. If there hasn't already been a fan game of that, I don't know why. But because it felt like also when you were getting to those parts in Panic on Funkatron, like the fluidity of the game just stopped. Because you're just like, wall of text, whatever, give me coins, I need to catch Earthlings, I don't care about this. So it kind of felt out of place a little bit if it got too lengthy. But I think if it was its own thing, it can maybe be fun. Those were the... Huh?
I do have another one.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I feel like for some reason, I feel like there needs to be a Sonic game based around a sport that isn't tennis or racing. I can't quite put my finger on
How
what.
about Sonic mixed with Condemned, so it's Sonic like fighting a load of homeless people?
Yeah.
Where's Shadow? But like, you know,
Sonic punching hobos.
what are some sports that we could put?
Hobo
Sonic
puncher.
in? Like,
But Sonic Hoops, we've already done this. Come on, Sonic Hoops.
I was
Yeah.
I was trying to get somebody to say that. Yeah.
Capture the flag.
There we go. Capture the flag.
That was when I was a kid. When I was a kid. I'm talking about Sonic. I had this idea. I always tried to come up with dumb little games like this, but I thought basically a Wii Sports with the Sonic characters, but one of the things could be kind of like a capture the flag where it's capture the emerald, but you have to collect rings to do certain things, and like there's other stuff besides emeralds to collect, and the levels would just be gigantic, kind of like as big as the Sonic adventure fields and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like they could really do something with that if they just opened it up and made it more expansive. Like the bonus stuff in Sonic Lost World. Like I saw the Hyrule, the Zelda stuff, and that looked really cool. Just open up and run around and not really have a goal, but just interact with the environment as Sonic.
You really like interacting with environments.
Yes,
Yeah.
You don't get that in games anymore. You just
Why
get
don't
like
you
You get, like,
this is going to be
linear
done in 5 hours and that's it.
Go marry an environment if you love it so much.
Like a tree hugger.
Yeah.
Marry the environment.
Mm-hmm. And we could
A
also
message
have
by Scotty Moe and the Ad Council.
Yeah, sure, okay. Speaking of Super Monkey Ball, we could totally do a Super Monkey Ball survival horror game, I think, somewhere. Maybe throw that into Condemned as well. What it comes down to is Condemned is the columns of 2015.
Yeah.
Isn't
Condemned.
Super Monkey Ball survival horror anyway? Because there's the horror of falling off into a bottomless pit.
The
It
horror
is.
of being sealed in a ball, yeah.
Throwing
Yeah,
chimps
exactly.
into a ball and just rolling them around and bashing their heads off of shit.
Like,
The
that's pure
tremendous.
horror. They are killing monkeys for entertainment.
I don't know why they put monkeys in the ball, though. Like, why wouldn't you put in hamsters or gerbils? Because they actually run around in those things. Why a monkey?
So you love the environment. You don't want monkeys to die, but you don't give a shit about hamsters and gerbils?
I never
see how
said-
it is.
I
What the fuck is wrong with you?
never
What the
said
fuck?
I love the environment. Never said
You want to
that.
marry the environment. That's
I
what
said I enjoy
I just said.
exploring it.
That's what you say every time you log on.
That's like that's your greeting to us every time you get into G Talk. That's like, I love the environment, save the whales. And
What?
We, and we,
What
and
the
it
fuck
doesn't
is
even-
G-Talk?
Google Talk, you
Yeah.
know, and like
Come
me and
on,
Steve are
get
just like
with
so
it. You
confused all
thought
the time.
well, come on.
I don't need this. I'm being threatened by a Nazi and some hentai loving dude.
I'm not-
I love that I'm just some dude,
Well, I couldn't think of anything else.
some tentacle hentai loving dude.
No, you added that. You added that.
I did.
Look, why on earth would you call me a Nazi?
Here for
If the
one
shoe
thing
fits,
and one thing only.
if
Kill the
the
Nazis.
if the armband fits,
If the armband
Ah,
fits, you
shit,
must quit.
man.
that's all you need is an armband now. I'm sure they sell those online. Actually, it doesn't. Oh, no, never mind. I'm not going to get into that.
I don't need that on my credit card.
Yeah.
But on your PayPal though,
Huh?
I don't know.
Oh yes, my PayPal is useful.
Because it doesn't show up as Nazi surplus on your credit card bill if you order it through PayPal. It just says PayPal.
Right. So, you know, that's those are our ideas. Just fun little BS and idea of what they should throw stuff into. Not really necessarily a Fighters Mega Mix or a okay, make any game typing of the whatever instead of.
That was a contest
dead.
we had back last year and nobody entered it.
Oh yeah, I remember that
Sonic-
typing of the dead.
Sonic
Son.
of the typing of the fighters.
There, Mega Mix Plus.
Type punch.
It's a fighting game
kick.
that is only controlled by
Right.
typing.
Hoops.
That will be
Type-
Evo ready.
Typing of the hoops. Typing of the Sonic hoops. There we go.
Typing of the fighting Sonic hoops of
Yep.
the dead.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah!
Oh man, yeah, okay. Do you guys have anything else to say about those?
No.
Yeah, I got nothing else. Take Road Rash and put it into a condemned game.
Take Road Rash and put it on a modern console because god damn it, you're sitting on money with that one.
Maybe getting to that with Road Redemption that's going to come out. So
Yeah, but it's not Road Rash.
it's
I
a
need
spiritual sequel. Road Rash isn't going to happen because it's owned by EA.
I need something. I need a title that references a horrible skin condition.
Ill Bleed,
Okay, that works.
or I'm sure there's something Japanese out there somewhere. I don't know.
Nick Nina.
Did he ask?
Let me see.
I
I
don't-
don't believe he did.
I don't think so. 'Cause
We
Tom
got
didn't ask.
nothing. What
That's
the
all
fuck,
right.
Nick?
That's okay. That's all right. So yeah, Tom's not here to puke on a canvas this time, so we don't have anything with that. So we'll. Oh crap! I didn't have the dumb thing loaded. Yeah, go me. All right, whatever. Yeah. So I guess we'll jump into the plugs. Maybe. Are you fucking hate you phone?
You. I don't know. It beat me.
What we've got a plug.
What have we got to plug? Brett, what do you got to plug?
I have to plug Diet Cheerwine, which has kept me quenched through this entire experience. I also have to plug my Twitter, which is Suzaku Rainmaker. That's also the name of my Tumblr, Steam, MySpace, Facebook, Zonga, LiveJournal, Friendster, all that shit. I'm also Cyvenger on PSN if you want to throw down some fighting games and your name's not Tom Avantis. Avantis, whatever the fuck you pronounce that as, motherfuck, shit, ass, fuck. Anyway, Tom ass Avantas. There we go. And also the Dreamcast Marathon, which I'm sure Scotty's going to go into that a little bit more. Of course, the site, need new writers, so feel free to... I know Scotty's going to go into that as well. I figured I'd go ahead and bring it up. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got, though. Suzaku Rainmaker on virtually everything, ever.
Cool. So, load
Also,
up your N-Gage and you'll find Brett. What?
Oh, also, we should plug that we did the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
I was going to do that too. I added it after I sent you guys the outline. My bad.
Oh yes, I saw that. Very good, guys.
And Tom's going to be doing that on Tuesday, I believe is what he said.
That's what he said. I challenged him to it. Then you challenged him to it, and
And then somebody else challenged him to it. I think it was
yeah,
that
so he
PlayStation
got
on.
3 challenges. Challenges issued or something. So he's gonna do it. So now that we've announced it, on here it's official. So he's got to do it.
You got to do it. You.
Or you will be condemned.
Oh, yeah. Don't need the crab dip, yeah. All right. So yeah. Anything else, Brett, that you want to plug?
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Stevie, what have you got to plug?
I want to plug this Stevie Grant on Twitter. The Third Reich, obviously. Press Pause Radio and Strategy Informer and Germany in the 19.
Street Fighter 3 Third Reich.
Yes, exactly. And that is what I would like to plug. Zig Heil.
That's fantastic.
Oh, Chucklebits Radio. Look that up. chucklebitsradio.blogspot.com. It's a good site.
Yeah. Do that. Brett, you want to find a song while I'm plugging stuff? Because I thought I had something.
That's what she said?
The Monster Mash.
Doesn't
I don't have the Monster Mash.
any sense at all. All right. Well, anyway, I'm Scotty Mofo Show on the Twitter, and you can also find me on YouTube. I unbox things. I did. Oh my gosh! Excuse me. I did do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, was challenged by my bandmate, and I did it as well, and kind of threw some music behind it, and did donate money. So. Check that out on my YouTube.
His music was infinitely better than my music.
It is what it is. I just had fun with it. It is a good cause. And what else is going on? My band's on Twitter, Wine Spirit PGH. Our name is Wine and Spirit. And we're on Facebook and all that good stuff. Reverb Nation is the best place to find us. We are looking for writers for Sega Addicts, so if you're interested in that, you can email me at Scotty M. That's Scotty, the letter M as in mom, at Sega-Addicts.com.
Scotty Mom for Sham.
Yeah, shalom. And you can,
whoa.
Huh?
So we have a Nazi, and then you just said that.
I was hoping you wouldn't catch it. Whatever. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Yeah, if you want to write for us, it's fun. And join us. Enjoy the fun. Join the fun. Also, we've got the Dreamcast Marathon. Oh, wait, before I get to the Dreamcast Marathon, I did review Crazy Taxi City Rush for iOS. That review's on the site. Please go check that out and let me know if you agree or not. It's a free game, so you should play it after you read my review. And the Dreamcast Marathon is coming up on September 6th. We are going to be doing it in the morning till the evening of 24 hours of Dreamcast games. Brett and I are going to be doing it the whole 24 hours. Tom's going to be jumping in. I'm sure Stevie will be jumping in here or there at some point.
But we have a podcast episode that week, actually.
I don't know. We'll talk about let's not talk about that while we're on the podcast, Brett. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
So people don't expect us to go crazy.
We know the the marathon is going to be on September 6th on Twitch TV. My username for that is Sega Addicts. Oh, damn it to hell. Sega Addicts.
This is him after like an hour.
Yeah.
Imagine after 20. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. But it's just, if you type in Sega Addict and then Scotty, I'll have it in the info for this and flash it on the screen or some crazy shit or tattoo it on my forehead. I don't know. But go there and you'll be able to watch me playing crazy things. And oh gosh. And I think that's about it. Yeah. So Brett, do you have something for us to dance to?
I have a very special thing because you guys have given me power.
What have we given you?
You've given me power to...
Oh, no. I think I screwed something up.
You very much have.
I'm sorry. I'm an idiot and don't know how to work my computer. What did you say? Just do something.
I got it. Get ready for the greatest song of all time. Our national anthem.
Oh, God.
I can't hear it at all.
There you go.
What the fuck is going on?
How is that?
Fuck.
Is that a water bottle?
Time. All right. How long's this song? I'm having a heart attack. Okay, I think so. I have been Scotty Moe, and with me today has been the Stevie Grant,
I'm not a Nazi.
and also Brett the Hatfield.
All hail Shadow.
We're out!
Later.